Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another Arknights Endfield video. And this time, it's going to be focused on the criticism from China. Because that actually turns out that Endfield and its rocky release, all of that, they might be censoring comments. And this comment deletion, this erasure of public opinion might actually be why there's been recent news about its score on Google Play stores and app stores worldwide actually going up. And you're seeing massive increases in scores of about, apparently, in 3 days, going up by like 0.9 points. And so if you only had this many before, I think this is like 10,000, then you're going to 20,000 and jumped up that much. So you might assume, oh, maybe these are botted reviews. Maybe, right? I wonder if more people are starting to give proper ratings as time goes by. Or maybe it's a combo of botted reviews and Hypergryph deleting them. Because that's what this post over here is talking about by Murphy with their Endfield review. And when you actually take a look at the TapTap website, which is where this is on, you'll realize that Endfield has quite possibly the lowest score on the platform. Let me explain to you what I mean over here. So by lowest score, TapTap scores are rated out of 10. Endfield is a 4.5. You can kind of see where all the other games are 8.7, 8.1, and we've even gotten some other gacha titles on the screen for you so that you can actually see where some of the other placements are. Honkai Impact 3rd, 6.6. GFL 2, 4.6. Regular Arknights, 8.1. And that's really important. Because a lot of people are going to say that this score of 4.5 for this game, it's being driven by gacha tribalism, right? People are likely to say, oh, these are people that hate Arknights. They love Genshin. They're a gacha warrior, as Mr. Pokey would say, right? They love WuWa, and all they want to do is hate on the newest game that's coming out. If that was the case, the regular Arknights would be lower. But you want to know what this is telling people? When you see every other gacha game in the space, even fucking HSR of all games is still able to maintain a decent score despite the way the game is on patch 2.8 still, guys, right? Those games are all higher rated. You even got Wuthering Waves, which is easily the most brigaded game on the platform. Everybody knows in CN how badly this game gets actively brigaded, guys. Everyone knows it, and it's at a 7.1. We've seen literal news about it coming from CN. Remember the Rover VA that got fired for brigading her own game? Yeah, that's why she got fired. She was brigading Wuthering Waves as a VA for the game. And then, this is gonna be our last one, guys. You ready for this? That's Tower of fucking Fantasy with the whopping 5.4, brother. Tower of Fantasy has a higher rating than Endfield. If this is the result of brigading, ladies and gentlemen, Endfield is getting brigaded by everybody. Endfield is getting brigaded by every community in the space then, including the original Arknights. Or maybe the game has real issues, and its gacha is so absurdly predatory and bad that it's deemed the literal worst in the space. I don't even know. It's literally the lowest rated game. I cannot find one that's lower. And the thing is, brigading is when you give illegitimate hate to a game that doesn't deserve it, using fake information that's not real. If everyone is saying the same thing, and all of those things being said are facts, right? Facts like the 120 pity that doesn't carry over is the worst thing we've ever seen. The fact that the pull income in this game is the worst thing we've ever seen. The fact that having weapon tickets tied to character pulls so you get punished for winning it early is the worst thing we've ever seen. The fact that when you go to the quota exchange and you want to rebate your pulls, you only get time-limited ones that are only applicable on the current banner. And remember, pity doesn't carry over and resets between banners. Those are all facts people are saying for why they're giving their bad ratings to the game, because it feels like you're getting scammed playing it or really engaging with the gacha at all. And I know there have been tons of CCs out there, right, with the take that Enfield's a good game and I just build my factory and play everything except for the combat, and so like I've been enjoying that, and so the gacha's not a problem. Bitch, this is my take to every fucking CC playing that. Good fucking luck doing any of this shit then, motherfucker. Good luck, bitch. What about this? You ever try doing this? Oh, what about this one? Oh, you ever tried doing these yet? Dude, these stretched me. I got fucking stretched by these. And that's with me actually having characters to fucking play with, bro. You guys are like not even engaging with the fucking combat. You guys are not even like trying to engage with any system outside of the fucking factory. And you're like, hee, looky over here. I've been spending 40 hours on this in my playthrough. I don't, what combat? What gacha? All I do is play this. Of course. There's no, yeah, of course you're not gonna have any problems with the gacha because you're not playing any of the actual combat. Once the honeymoon of playing with this runs out because you're done, you finish with this at a certain point. There's no more resources you can do. You're hard locked on this resource, and then everything fucking builds from it. So it's like you only have a certain amount of this to work with, and then once you're done with it, you're done. And so get ready to actually play the rest of the fucking game. Like, you're not gonna have a good time with no pulls. And so it's like, I just feel like there are so many people. It's like their mindset right now is like, oh my gosh, right? Oh, in game first, gacha second. That's because you're not playing anything at all that involves... This is like going into ZZZ, spending 40 hours in the arcade, and then saying, why is everyone... I don't need pulls. Look, I spent 40 hours in this game. I was in the arcade the whole time. I had a lot of fun in there. I had a lot of fun in the arcade, guys. I didn't need any pulls for that. Who cares about the gacha system? That's what it fucking feels like at this point. They're like intentionally not engaging with anything that requires the gachas and being like, I had a lot of fun with all the content that I didn't, with only the content that I played, and none of it required the gacha, so the gacha's not a problem. Brother, at this point, I'm just like, whatever, right? Moving beyond that, we got an actual review, right? We got to get back onto the topic. That was just a little bit of a tangent, letting out some of my frustrations over there. We got a bit of a tangent over here, and that's going to actually be those actual thoughts, right, that I talked about, that a lot of people feel like are not being heard, where you have the CCs going ahead, ignoring every part of the game that engages with the gacha, and then saying the game's fine because the gacha doesn't matter because they're intentionally choosing not to engage with it and skipping all the content that does engage with it. There are actual thoughts by actual players and actual reviews that are saying the exact opposite. And it turns out those are getting deleted. And so if I were to go ahead and just translate this, right? If I was to go ahead and just translate this, it looks like shit. Hypergryph is translated to Eagle Corner. This is illegible. So I actually went ahead. We had one of my mods use Gemini. And we've got a pretty good translation over here. So we're going to be using that one instead. There are going to be some visual aids as well to follow along in the conversation. But do realize it's going to be a bit of a long one. But it's widely recognized that the poster's spitting, with 1.2k upvotes, and 364 comments. So let's see what the guy's cooking. Hypergryph is seriously impressive at scrubbing comments, deleting bad reviews. Remember what I said before? That usually doesn't happen in 3 days. Just saying. I've noticed that on Billy, any rant video, negative video about the game that gains even a little traction gets deleted immediately. Boy, am I glad I'm not in China. I'd be fucking... I probably wouldn't have a career. Clips of people failing 15 weapon pulls in a row don't survive for an hour. Good thing M-tashed. Editor, play a bit of a clip.
Wow. Oh, I didn't even get the one. I didn't get the one I need. I got 2 of this one. Are you kidding me, dude? Of all the weapons, I got 3 of the same gun. Are you kidding me? This is impossible. That is impossible. Someone do the math on that. That's literally impossible. Good
thing M-tashed isn't in China either. And even red super chats, paid highlighted comments, we all know what those are, TTSs, in the US, criticizing the gacha banner, get removed. People will pay money to TTS about how bad the gacha is, and there's obviously it's a sponsored stream, right? Because Endfield sponsored everybody. The truth is being silenced. Endfield bought out every single possible streamer they could. Well, they missed a few, apparently, right? They bought out every single streamer that they could, and basically shielded the game from criticism on every platform possible. I think their actual goal was to buy everybody out so there would be no criticism at all for the game, only from the CCs, only from the players. I think that was like their actual attempt. And in a lot of ways, I think it's fair to say it didn't work. Yeah, and if anything, their attempt to buy everybody out and sweep how awful the gacha was under the rug, all it did, I think, was just piss more people off. Because A, people would try to talk about it, but then literally A, get their dono basically ruined, right? Because they donated to make that chat. And then B, it feels like everyone's paid off and is lying about the game. And so, when A, you're silencing criticism, and B, you're paid off, it just makes it look like, even if you like the game, you're lying about it. And that's the unfortunate situation about being a sponsored CC, not being allowed to say negative things, and then also the game having a lot of bad stuff with it. Even if you have things that you like, and you want to talk about what you like, well, the fact that there's so much bad actually going on, it makes it seem like, and you're not addressing it, it makes it seem like the good things you're saying are fake and not real. And I think that is just being reflected in the scores over here. When you promise the world, you say, hey, someone got the screenshot where they say advertising 135 pulls. Ooh, whoa, never mind. Hey, no, they did it themselves. No, they got it right here. Never mind, I found it. This is the craziest lie I've ever seen. Brother, to get 135, speaking about fake scores, man, I wonder why the rating went up. Damn, I wonder how the rating went up. Shit. Now, yeah, no, people are just giving proper ratings as time goes by. You're right, bro. People are just giving proper ratings as time goes by. You're right, bro. Yeah, the guys that bought out every CC and actively silenced criticism during the release of the game. Yeah, no, this is just, yeah, people are just giving their genuine opinion. You're right. Yeah, Glitter of the Stars once met a strange man. Roya Resta. Very human. Very real, very human. The design is human, as they would say in this region. The design is very human. Let's keep reading. Oh, wait. I didn't even realize where I was. Oh, right. We were talking about the 135 pulls. So, yeah, Hypergryph just lies. They just actively lie so much. It's insane. Because, A, you don't even have close to that. Even, guys, I'm at level... You want to know how many pulls I have? Be almost level 50. I've completed the game, basically, right? I'm done with the story. I still don't have enough to pity. I'm still like 15 pulls away. Like 15, 16. I'm actually just in shock right now that I still don't have it yet. Because I feel like I've played this game so much, I'm like done with it. And it's just insane that we're not even close yet. I've never felt so spit on by a development team before. Never felt so spit on. We'd better hope Hypergryph has enough money to keep bribing every platform to gag everyone forever. Well, they've got enough money to gag people. And they've also got enough money, ladies and gentlemen, to, well, fake good reviews. Wow. I am just shocked, bro. I am shocked. This company is desperate. But hey, no compensation, though. Hey, they'll pay for this, but not PayPal compensation. Guys, they'll pay for this, but not compensation for the Japanese and Spanish are robbing me. Nah, bro. Hey, wait. Hey, wait. Here we go. Wait, we need this, brother, man. It's almost been a week since this happened. It's so nuts to me, bro. You literally had somebody.
What the f-
He got hacked.
That's another 23 bucks.
Wait, they're just siphoning money out of his PayPal as we speak.
Spanish are robbing me.
The Japanese and Spanish are robbing me. That direct quote from a sponsored CC for Arknight's Endfield on the day of its release because these guys couldn't integrate PayPal properly. You want to know who can integrate PayPal properly? A fucking intern for a startup. You incapable fucking frauds. Anyways, right? That happened. And these guys still haven't given out compensation for this. But they'll pay for this. Greediest gacha system on God's green earth. They don't acknowledge that this even happened. Or they kind of did. They said, sorry for the inconvenience. And then no compensation when somebody literally got, sorry, not just someone. Thousands of people got fucking robbed. But they'll pay for this. But they'll pay for this. Wow, this company really has their priorities straight, guys. We should totally keep defending them. We should totally keep defending Hypergryph, guys. Why? Why? Why still defend them? Why? I don't get it. They are treating you like a used condom. If they run out of money, it's going to be us players footing the bill. We already are, bitch. Why do you think the gacha system is so bad? Because they want you to go into the fucking shop to buy one of these 69 fucking bundles. So they can go use that bundle money, not on the game, but to go pay bots to go pretend the game is good. Also, to those expecting Hypergryph to do a sliding kneel, desperate apology, and fix the banner, go to sleep. They are arrogant, stubborn, and playing dead. I played Arknights for 5 years. Do you think I don't know how high and mighty Miss Ying or Hypergryph is? Well, when this is the same company that refuses to acknowledge one of the biggest mishaps in gacha history, launches with one of the most tone-deaf gacha systems we've ever seen, and then proceeds to openly pay for bot reviews while also ignoring the player feedback, yeah, that sounds, again, guys, there's a reason why I've been saying we've been too harsh on Hoyoverse. Guys, why do you think I've been saying we've been too harsh on Hoyoverse? Because they don't seem this bad. I'm being honest, they genuinely don't seem as bad as this. This actually is worse. I'm shocked that another gacha was able to get me to say that Hoyo's better. Wow. Written before the open beta, Hypergryph is pure scum. The biggest issue with Endfield, ZMD as they're calling it, the biggest issue with the Endfield banner isn't the pity count or who requires fewer pulls. Ultimately, the gacha experience depends on how many resources are given per cycle. And, boy oh boy. This is the worst pull income I think anyone has ever seen in the genre before. I don't think there's any person who's played this game has gotten to, like, end game and then is saying that the pull income or anything like that is even slightly reasonable. I think everyone is in recognition this is the most dog shit we've ever seen on a launch of the game before. There's not, I don't think there's any argument about that. So yeah, they've failed on this count. Discussing the pity count or the expected cost per UEP character is meaningless until the game launches and the event cycle stabilizes. Yeah, you know what, guys? We've seen it now. Nightmare. Just a fucking nightmare. We aren't talking about freebies here. I am looking strictly at the banner mechanism itself, assuming Hypergryph wants to make the same revenue as its competitors. The biggest problem with this Endfield banner is that Hypergryph is constantly baiting the player to pull. It is a naked attempt to induce spending. But hey, guys, I thought it was all Saint. I thought this was all the WuWa community in global that was just trying to doom post games before release. How come maybe this is just the rational average thought from somebody that isn't bending over backwards to grift for a game? Huh. Why is it that every region is saying the same thing? How am I the one that's lying when every region is saying the same thing and this is the score in China for the game? It's a fucking 4.5, bro, out of 10. But I'm the one that's creating this narrative. Guys, I'm not Chinese. I don't know Chinese. I know that might contradict what you might initially think based off my appearance, but I'm a different type of Asian. I didn't do this. And low-key, I'm just gonna say this, it's kind of racist for you to assume that I did so. No, I don't have any secret Chinese contacts that I'm using to, like, fucking spread misinfo across the globe and then, like, farm for my... No, I don't do that. That's not a thing. No, I don't do that. I don't do that, bro. This wasn't me. This is just what people think about the fucking game. It is a naked attempt to induce spending. The 5 limited pulls from the shop expire after the banner. Can confirm they do. Yep. They 100% do. Then there's the combo. 30 pulls get you 10 free, no pity accumulation, and then 60 pulls gets you the 10 on the next banner. Yep, the dossier. We all remember that one. 80 is the saw to 120 is the spark. This silky smooth 5, 30, 60, 80, 120 combo might be euphemized as encouraging a wide roster, but to put it bluntly, it's induced consumption, FOMO. It's spending trap designed to lead you step by step into increasing your sunk costs. And don't give me that white knight excuse, Mr. Jokey, Hypergrifter, about players needing self-control. Since when is a manufacturer's predatory design the consumer's fault? Well, remember, Mr. Pokey's the same guy that said power creep isn't a problem unless you're greedy and stupid. When power creep is put into the game by the developers, so it tracks, right? It tracks. Comparatively, I haven't seen this. Remember, player blaming, guys. Devs add something bad, blame players. Devs add something toxic, blame players. Comparatively, I haven't seen this in other games. Same, bro. Guys, this is the part that everybody is just talking. I haven't seen this in other games. You're going backwards. I keep calling this the Gacha Dark Ages for a reason, bro. Everyone is saying, wait, I thought we were past this. Why is this back? This is taking the seatbelts out of cars and telling people to drive better and that it's a skill issue if you crash. They're taking seatbelts out of cars and telling you to drive better, bro. Even in MiHoYo games, they don't have this obvious baiting behavior. It's pull if you want, skip if you don't. Great, and a lot of people got used to that. And I'm gonna be real, guys. The concept of pull when you want to and skip when you want to and you don't lose anything is kind of player friendly, okay? Losing a 50-50 sucks, but knowing that your next is guaranteed can feel nice. Yes, a lot of people are happy knowing that their next 5-star is guaranteed. It's not a wild concept, because you want to know what just happened to me in Endfield? Let me show you, boys. Hey, let me just show you, boys. That's not a 5-star. Li Fang, right, was my most recent 6-star. Oh, but my other one was Pog. So I've already lost two 50-50s in a row. In the first banner in the game, I've already lost two 50-50s in a row. There's nothing you can tell any player coming from any game. You're like, these retarded CCs and players are telling people, you should be happy. They'll tell people that that's good. Wait, no, you should be happy, bro. Like, that's what they're saying. They'll tell you, why are you complaining, bro? It's you. Why do you have a problem with this? It's just nuts, man. It's just nuts. Because this is where I'm going to throw you a curveball, though. It's actually good that I lost this 50-50, though. That's the crazy part. You want to know why? Because at this point, now I only have 21 more attempts to get Levy. If I had won that 50-50, then I would have reset this, and then I also would have reset the 120 as well. So now I essentially get a 6-star unit for about 20 pulls. I gotta spend a little bit extra, but I get extra Arsenal tickets too. You get 2,000 as well, 2,000 tickets, a free 10 pull from losing a 50-50. So it's like, I actually won from doing that. But this gacha system is so convoluted and complicated, you can be happy losing a 50-50 and sad winning one. Because imagine, right? I was guaranteed an 8-star unit right now on my next pull, right? My next pull is gonna give me a 6-star, and I won 50-50 here. That means this 20 would reset back to 120, and then effectively, right? I lose a 6-star for only 20 pulls. And that's just how this system works, and it just is the worst feeling thing ever. You don't oh yeah, so Hoyo's like, it's pull if you want, skip if you don't. You don't lose resources if you skip, you just save for the next banner. You want to know what you lose in this game if you skip? And that's the part that a lot of people will not recognize. You will lose about 5 pulls on every banner. Because we got 5 of these from the login, and we get 5 from the store. Gilberta is probably going to have 5 for her login as well, and 5 from the store. So if you actually skip, that's 10 pulls that you're not accounting for and you're not building pity for as well. And remember, you have to use these because if you don't, where's your weapon pull go? So yeah, you're basically constantly forced to be 10 out of 120. Hypergryph is pioneering a new low here. Are they not afraid of the Iron Fist government Guys, people in CN think this system is so predatory, it requires government intervention. The CN take is that this gacha is so predatory, it might require government intervention. And ENCCs are telling you it's good. Imagine. It's so bad, the government should regulate it. And there are still people telling you it's good. Bro, I'm shocked. We'd better hope their backstage connections are strong enough. DeWay, for example. CC, yeah. Even stepping back to discuss welfare resources. Although Endfield isn't live and we can't calculate the free income yet, I remember this was made before the game launched, so we'll provide the extra input here. Let's use logic. If the welfare is truly generous, it's not, and Hypergryph wants low spenders to have fun, they don't. Why design a system full of psychological traps to hook you in step by step? Because you don't get any pulls, you are... Bro. It's just this, bro. I'm this far in the game, bro. Like, I can literally make a full set of gold gear. I have 4,000 mats for gold gear. This is the end game gear. I can gear all my units. Bro, I can level up my characters to level 90. I can literally level up my fucking characters to 90, bro. I just need the mats. I just need to go farm them, right? I can activate it. I got all of this. Like, there's so, like, level 49, I'm, like, done with the game. And I still have so many left I need to do. Bro, you need to play this game like a job. And after that, even extra on top. Because you know what I do, guys? I get paid to play video games. I get paid to play video games and I don't have enough time to farm this shit. So what about you? What about you as an average person? You're cooked. Go pay up, piggy. Time to top up, piggy. And don't worry, there's a lot of good stuff in the store waiting for you, piggy brother. Do you believe Hypergryph's actuaries won't calculate it so that you exhaust your resources at 80-90 pulls, fail the 50-50, and are forced to buy packs to reach the 120 spark? Oh, they made it worse than that, bro. It's like you don't even... The average player will not even get slightly close to this at all. Like, there is just literally a -% chance the average player is even getting slightly close. It's so absurd, the pull income in this game. You have to pay, or you either pay or play the game like a job to get levy. That's it. There is no option. You're unemployed or you're dropping money. I think that's just insane. And thankfully, the rest of the player base seems to think so as well. If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you. Translation, you believe I am Shi Huangdi. That's basically the most well-known emperor in China. Yeah, this is basically the guy that, the Qin dynasty. The anime kingdom is about him. Trusting the reputation of the company that pulled the Desoye's holiday stunt is hilarious. I don't have context on this. I assume that this is like another equally predatory thing that has been done by the company before. Maybe somebody can provide additional context. All I know is I don't need further evidence that Hypergryph is a scummy fucking company. Let's just say I personally don't need any additional evidence that Hypergryph is a scummy fucking company. Summary. Hypergryph chose the ugliest, greediest approach possible for their gacha. And can anyone disagree? Because if you do disagree at this point, you are a hyper-grifting shill. I think that just really sums it up. Side note, it's hilarious that Hypergryph has gone down the old path of silencing critics. And guys, I am so glad that certain companies do not have sway in EN. I am so glad that like people like to talk about, oh my gosh, EN is so top. We're free. Yeah, that's what having actually like good laws, that's what it can do. It allows us to actually speak our minds and not worry about getting sued, our videos deleted, all of that shit. We don't gotta worry about that. Just keep gagging people. It's disgusting. They designed this trash banner, but won't let people talk about it. How much? Bro. Wait, now it makes sense. It seemed like CN wasn't complaining because Hypergryph was literally silencing all the critics. And so, literally, that whole narrative of only EN is complaining was literally fabricated by Hypergryph. Because during the pre-launch of this game, people were saying only EN thought the gacha was bad. No, Hypergryph was literally censoring discussion on it. Wow. Pre-release. Wow. That makes so much more sense now. I literally got sabotaged by this company where I had my reputation dragged through the mud. People assumed ENCCs are just making shit up, but they were just 1984 Big Brother fucking silencing people from critiquing the system. They're probably silencing people in CN that are talking about this right now. Probably silencing people in CN that are talking about the massive inflation in the Google Play Store. Good Lord, guys. Guys, remember what I keep saying about this game? It just gets worse and worse. It constantly gets worse and worse the further it progresses, bro. I don't know how. How much money did they pay platforms to shut everyone up? The Arknights Beidou bar is on a 10-day lockdown. They prevented people from raiding the game. Sklan, the official app, and NGA posts on Reddit for China are instant deleted. They did this. So basically, everyone's complaining about the system. It's getting mass censored. They're deleting everything, not allowing people to talk about it. So the only way people can protest is here. It seems like this might be the only way that people are allowed to protest this game. Because you are getting censored to going anywhere else. You literally cannot leave negative reviews about this game. Oh my god. And this is why, during the pre-release, everyone said CN was fine with the gacha. They weren't. They just weren't allowed to share their true opinions. This is the most... Oh my god. I wonder if this is enough. Maybe it's not, right? This is just China abusing its own citizens. But, like, I wonder if they're, like, liable for stuff in other countries for what they're doing here. I'm genuinely wondering if this is enough for them to be, like, regulated in other countries. I hope it's enough. I hope somebody sees this and is able to regulate the game. I saw a comment comparing Enfield's banner to shopping and getting coupons, claiming people should be grateful. E-commerce platforms don't make you buy an $80 product just to give you a $5 coupon that expires immediately, then demand you spend $30 to get 10 back, then spend 60 more to get $10 for the next product. Yeah, if you imagine going into the grocery store and that was like how you bought dinner. You'd probably tell them what the fuck is wrong with you. Right? You probably just ask them what the fuck is wrong with you. That's usually that. This sounds like a scam. Like if you went into a store, yeah, imagine you go into the Apple store and like this is the conversation you have, you'd leave. You'd think like someone's scamming you. They deliberately set up a trap. When you hit $80, their expression changes. There's a 50% chance I'll give you this product, and if not, I'm jacking up the price. You already gave me the money, by the way, and I'm not going to give it back. You only have $40 left to pay? All right, I'm just taking your money then, unless you give me $40 more. Then I'll give you your product. Yeah, no, that's a good breakdown of it. Dog shit. Want to stop buying? They flip the table and won't refund your sunk cost. It's a silent pit. This is way nastier than Pinduoduo's one last cut scam. In one word, it's disgusting. And every person that had this take, and don't worry, there were many of them. Don't worry, there were many of them. They weren't allowed to speak about it. For lower mid-spenders, I do not believe this banner benefits lower mid-spenders. They designed this clever little trap so that 40 pulls required after losing the soft pity will hit you hard. That's because, guys, I do believe they've gotten the official pull income for this game for version 1.0. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it, boys? Check this out. This shit do be crazy, though. You're gonna see over here, right? Oh, man, 233 pulls. That looks decent. But what if we went ahead and did this? What if we removed the permits that are expiring? Ah, shit, we just lost like 20 expiring pulls right there. That's kind of nuts, right? So now, right? Let's assume we don't do Oreo geometries either. Look over here at the number of pulls, right? You have 128.7 from permanent content. That is permanent content that you do it once and you don't get pulls from it anymore. You get 1.2 pulls from the battle pass. Guys, 7 for... Guys, this is the income per patch. 120 pity, no pity carryover. You can't just pull. You gotta wait until 120 to pull, right? Otherwise, you lose all your shit. 1.1 is going to be the biggest rug pull in history. The monthly pass income per cycle won't cover 120. Otherwise, they wouldn't have designed the banner this way. True. How much Hypergryph wants to scam out of you depends entirely on their mood. The funniest part is that this banner is actually quite innovative. All the creativity went into scamming money. I think most can agree. This banner is genuinely the one with the most bells and whistles we've ever seen. Right? I don't think anyone can deny it's the most complicated gacha system on the market. To get the weapon pulls, you need to do character pulls. But then if you don't have enough weapon pulls because you got the character early, you now need to start wasting character pulls to get the weapon pulls. And so now you've been hooked throwing pulls at an empty banner that you don't need. And now you're incentivized to at least hit the 50-50 so that your pulls don't get wasted. Oh, but then you're going to be 60 out of 120 for a limited unit. And now you've wasted and then you got the expiring pulls in the shop to build up even more FOMO. It's a lot of stuff going on, right? Everyone can tell this shit is fucking crazy. Yeah, so it's quite innovative. All the creativity went to scamming money. And the rule is no spark, no pull. If you want the 120 guarantee, you have to save. But if you don't pull, you lose 25 rebate pulls. So you lose no matter what you do. And the only way to win is to pull on every banner. They've decided you're always going to lose. You decide how much you lose, and the only way to win is to spend money and pull on every banner. That's the only way to win in this game. Otherwise, you're always wasting something. That's the truth of it. You are always wasting some resource in this game unless you're going to spend money on every banner. Lovely. If Endfield wants to compare itself to its neighbor, Wuthering Waves, look at this. In WuWa, don't you love this? CN is the one comparing WuWa to Endfield. The same thing that I was accused of. Comparing WuWa to Endfield and triggering gacha tribalism. Wait, CN is actually the one literally doing it. Oh, so everyone's doing it. Oh, so it's just another thing that I've been blamed for that just everyone's doing. Wow. Another one. If you really like the character, you can choose to skip the weapon banner. The pulls you save on the weapon are the real savings. A low spender can maintain a roster of base characters without much pressure. But in Endfield, the weapon is a byproduct of the gacha. In Wuthering Waves, when you win in early, or you win 50-50, you then get rewarded by being able to pull the weapon. In this game, when you win the 50-50 or get it early, you are punished and cannot pull the weapon. You cannot choose to give up the weapon to save pulls for the character. Discussing base character versus character plus weapon, 0 versus 0-1, is meaningless. Assuming Endfield wants similar profit margins to its competitors, they must restrict the number of characters you get. Because guess what? A character kind of comes with a weapon, right? And so, these guys are talking about how you get the weapons for free, right? They're talking about how you get the weapons. No, it's a character plus weapon combo. That's going to be the expectation. The character always has their weapon for all the content because the weapon banners comes from the character banner. And so they're just going to give you way less fucking pulls and assume, right, that you're getting the character and the weapon at the same time. And then you just get fucked on 50-50s when you win them. That's really it. It's just less freedom to choose how you actually want to spend your resources. And a lot of people are saying they're disguising it as actually a good thing. And I'm going to be honest, they're kind of just fucking lying. For the same amount of money, low spenders will get fewer characters and feel worse. But hey, at least they'll have a lot of weapons. They'll have a lot of weapons and no fucking units. And remember, what's always the advice in gacha games? Should I pull a character or should I pull a weapon? Should I pull the character or should I pull the weapon, guys? Everyone says pull another character. The devs here are just making the decision for you. They're forcing you to basically pull every character's weapon. You can't choose. You can't choose unit over sig. You always got to do unit and sig, and they're forcing you to get less units. This is actually, after seeing how it's been applied in game, absolutely 1,000,000% correct. This is spot on how it works. No characters. No fucking characters. But hey, you got a bunch of useless fucking weapons. Awesome. To put it plainly, this is the price of Endfield weapons being free. The devs aren't stupid. If the weapons are free, they naturally have to compensate by making the character banner disgusting. And also, apparently, making the Oro Barrel income the worst thing the space has ever seen. So yeah, they did two on top of it. The worst pull income ever, and the character banner is disgusting. So, you 2 steps back, half a step forward. Hell yeah! Progress! Of course, all the criticism above is based on the premise that I am not taking Hypergryph's side. It is a personal, subjective viewpoint. Below is the objective devil's advocate section. This is going to be the one where I think he puts on his Hypergrifter hat. Oh, I'm ready. I'm excited for this. Because he said devil's advocate and Hypergryph is worse than Satan. I suspect another reason Hypergryph designed it this way is that encouraging a full collection, getting every character, is more commercially stable than the MiHoYo banner model. In the MiHoYo model, if a character is poorly designed, most people skip it. True. Yeah, if it's a dog shit unit, people just don't pull them. True. The save pulls are real, unshrunk savings, which impacts the revenue of future... Oh, I see. Even though they can control resource distribution, if they shrink it too much, players riot. However, by penalizing skippers, deducting the rebate pulls, and encouraging the full collection, by having characters in the 50-50 loss pool for 3 banners after they end, right? Hypergryph can consistently manufacture a resource deficit that forces players to buy packs. This way, a failed character design has a smaller impact on the banner's revenue, right? Because who cares if, like, Columbine is the worst shit ever? What if on Zbai's banner, you could lose 50-50 to Columbina? You'd probably just end up building her if you got her, right? So, yeah, this basically just means that if Hypergryph makes the worst unit ever, they can still force people to pull them. So if Hypergryph just makes the worst unit design in history, they can still force people to pull them. Isn't that genius? That means they can get even lazier. They can put in less effort, and they can literally phone it in and still force sales. That's crazy. Also, I have to thank TapTap, because TapTap, ladies and gentlemen, is actually the one platform where you're not getting censored for critiquing Endfield. Because he talked about NGA, he talked about Billy, he talked about all those other places. That's why, guys, you never saw the negative reviews. That's why, guys, you never saw the negative takes. Because you didn't look at TapTap. But who could have blamed you for not looking at TapTap? Because NGA, Billy are all the biggest ones. But they're censoring discussion, guys. Oh, sorry, that's just WuWa being good. They're censoring discussion about the game and then paying bots to just post it. Wow. At least it's not a censorship platform, and thank God for that we got this review. Players can speak freely. That's why this game has the lowest rating out of all gachas on the platform. Because they're speaking freely. In this era where Tieba, Sklan, Billy, and NG have cast the Great Firewall, sorry, the Great Silence censorship. It's like a fucking level 8. It's a level 8 enchantment spell. And content creators are stuttering and afraid to speak. At least there is one place left to talk. Pre-departure preparation. The toxicity of a gacha banner usually takes at least 2 months to show, or maybe a year of boiling the frog. Many of you are familiar with this term before it's fully exposed. I don't think we had to wait that long. I think Endfield advertised itself so much, censored people so much, and pissed so much of the community off, guys, that it got recognized within less of a week. Is this out of 10? Yes. Yes. And you want to know what WuWa's at 7.1 and TOF, Tower Fantasy, bro, is at 5.4. So yeah, that's where this game is at, bro. So yeah, within 7 days of its launch, it's already getting recognized as one of the worst ones ever. And I'm so happy. I am so ecstatic that Hypergryph was not able to get away with this. I am so ecstatic that we're able to maintain viewership with every single video we make calling out these practices, because this is the most disgusting shit. This is crazy because I'm quoting myself from a Hoyo video. This is the most disgusting shit I've seen a developer do. They've taken the title from Hoyoverse. I cannot believe this. It is insane. And you wanna know what the most insulting thing about this is, guys? This was posted on the 17th of January. But because discussion about this game was so censored, we're only seeing it now. Hypergryph censored CN so much that this review was like, it seemed like a 1 out of a million. When literally, it's what a majority of the player base is actually thinking. It's just nobody was allowed to express their true thoughts. And the narrative that formed was that CN loved this. That CN loved this game, loved its gacha, loved everything about it, and that everyone else was just being toxic. When in reality, no. This is just Hypergryph being the most manipulative, scummy fucking company this gacha space has ever seen. Literally, the worst. If the launch rewards are truly massive, don't rush to defend the company. Let the bullets fly for a while. We didn't let that happen. No, every single bitch rat CC who was talking about like, oh my gosh, 120 polls in 1 day, 1 or 2 days. No, we dispelled that misinfo. We are on the front lines over here, ensuring that these rat fucking hypergrifting CCs are not going to be able to shift the narrative about this game. Because it is so blatantly obvious it's got one of the worst new player experiences in the space. But there are still people trying to lie, and I'm gonna be honest, I am so disappointed by every CC who said this is the best 1.0 experience they've ever had. No, you guys are saying that when you haven't even played any of this shit. You haven't done this, you haven't done this, you haven't done this, you've done none of this, and you guys are still saying it's the best 1.0. What are you guys doing? Have you guys done this? Have you guys done Edge Space Salvage? Or did you basically play just fucking only the factory? You liked the factory, and so you said, I was able to have a lot of fun only in the factory, and so everything else in the game? Who cares? I had fun here. It's a good game. Gacha second. What? Again, it's like a motherfucker logging into ZZZ, going straight to the arcade, playing for 40 hours, and then saying the gacha system doesn't matter because they had fun. You ignored everything about the system and only played one part of the game and said it was good because of that? Guys, what? What? Why? Why? The bullets have flown. And thankfully, this part didn't come to pass. We don't have to wait. There's no honeymoon in this game. Furthermore, I have calculated the launch resources for everyone's whatever. Doesn't matter. It's dog shit. It doesn't matter over here. If you are unlucky, just re-roll or switch accounts. And that's been my advice as well. I re-rolled. I'm having a fine time with the game. If I didn't, I'd be having a hellish time with the game. Finally, to all those calling me a troll or claiming I've never played Arknights, I am a launch day Arknights veteran. Before you try to revoke my Ark citizenship, your seniority better be higher than mine. Also, the reason I started playing Wuthering Waves is I didn't get into the Endfield Tech Test 3, so I bought a mid-game account 2 months ago. I've only played WuWa for 2 months, and this is just the guy showing off some of his credentials over here. The bot WuWa account that he has, don't know why he would announce that he bought one and show the UID, but maybe he's just brave, or Kuro doesn't give a fuck, and this is Arknight's account. So that's going to be the take over there. And so, naturally, right, this has been a long video, but this was a long review, and it's so clear right now, guys. It's so clear. Everything in this review is spot on. I have never seen such an accurate pre-release review in my fucking life because they didn't play the game yet, right? But they knew everything that was wrong with it. And they even mentioned the points, right, about the pull income being the true determinator. But the pull income is awful, and the system's the most predatory one we've ever seen. It's a combo of both. And then you add on the clear review manipulation, right? And then you add on this shit. Brother, I am just... This game feels like there's so much good in it. But like I said before, it's the most mismanaged game I've ever seen. And to get the news that Hypergryph has just been forcefully censoring discussion about this game to make it seem better than it really is, and that had tainted the discussion in global as like a result, and then I got backlash because Hypergryph was censoring their own players? Good lord, man. This is disgusting. I cannot believe that this is the type of shit that no one else is talking about. But hey, we'll talk about how much fun we had playing only one part of the game. Hey, but we'll put out reviews when we've only played one part of the fucking game and just have not done any... Whatever, man. I don't fucking care. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.